Alright, this is for Keegan Espinola. If you follow these steps, we should be able to fix your mid-semester project. I appreciate the work you did is obviously yours. First off, formatting a viewport for a sheet. You need to select that viewport in order to manipulate the crop area. You have to go to Viewport Extents. Remember, the Properties palette reports when nothing is selected. It reports on the view. When something is selected, it gives you properties of that thing. In this case, the viewport, and you must check these three elements in View Extents. That reveals the crop area. You can double-click or right-click, activate the view. That allows you to manipulate, and you always want to drag from the crop control and not the outer border, which is the annotation crop. So you bring this in tight to the page. If you need to move the elevation marker, select both the marker and the view arrow and drag them together. If you don't, it'll leave the scope line behind. There's the scope line showing you that if I activate display the view defined by that, it is going to reveal an elevation in this direction from here to there. Right? Top, bring it tight to the page. If you need to, you can move the section head and tail without modifying the scope of that view, which is revealed by these blue feedback lines. You don't need to go out there, but that's okay. I would gap the section markers also. Makes this drawing a little more legible. I'm not going to talk about the dimensions. We'll just format this quickly so you can print. When you're done with that, deactivate the view. Right? If you want to modify the label, you need to select the view that reveals the control for the label line. It's counterintuitive, but that's the way it works. I didn't design it, that's the way it works. Activate view. Okay, so now it looks like this view is well contained in the page on the sheet. Deactivate the view. So when I go to File, Print, and it's one of the most important parts of construction documents, you have to be able to print to scale without any kind of print distortion that's introduced by, for example, fitting to a page. First, want to set the print device. Adobe PDF works erratically, so IT has set up a print device that outputs to PDF called the Qt PDF for Revit. It's a free PDF writer. That outputs PDF files. So several things here, and you need to go through all these steps. So you set up your print device. You want to save what's called a sheet selection. So you can uncheck views, and these are the sheets you want to print. You're missing sheet A-0. That's going to be your list of drawings, and I'll show you in a later exercise how to do that. Okay? Yes, you want to save these for use and call this Arch Sheet set 1, whatever. Okay, so now you have a selection that you can come back to. You can retrieve it if necessary. You want to combine multiple sheets into a single file. You don't want to print out the separate files. With VDI, you have to nuke this path and browse to a directory, a local folder. I would select Documents. Let's call this video something, so we'll distinguish it. So you can go through the steps and fix your file, and then it fixes this unintelligible path here. Properties, color, fine, okay. Setup. This is an 11 by 17 document, and it's in portrait mode, so it's important for that to be set up. And here, this would be tragic. If you select Fit to Page, that introduces distortion. You need to zoom to 100% size because these drawings out of scale. How long have I done? 6.5 minutes. And you can save this PDF output setup for future use. Yeah, let's call it for Revit 11 by 17 portrait. So those are, you give it a meaningful name, characteristics of the page. Okay. And then when all that is done, you should be able to output all those pages. Now, I haven't looked at the other sheets yet, but I suspect the problem, let's output it to Documents. I suspect the problem was because the page had not been set up properly. What's going on? Usually you confirm that it sent the output. So let's see my documents. Okay, looks like we have an Acrobat document. Let's open it with Adobe. There you go. Look at the file properties of the page. It's an 11 by 17 document. If it was done correctly, great. You got your little logo in there. If it was done correctly, the border of the page fits the page. Okay, good enough. I will send you this PDF and a link to this video. Cheers.